What's the third most prevalent disease in the world, with 37 million people in the United States suffering with this? It's migraines. And this is why today I want to go over migraine prevention. Because as a past migraine sufferer, I know how downright painful migraines are. So if you've ever experienced them, or if you don't know what the symptoms are, let's go over them. You could feel nauseous, you can vomit, you can have tingling and numbness in your hands and your feet, you can have visual issues. In addition, you could be so sensitive, and this is the worst, to light and smells and scents and noises, and it just absolutely puts you into this downward spiral of pain. So what have we noticed is that there's research that shows that there is a connection, a crosstalk with our GI tract, our gastrointestinal tract, that can actually trigger migraines. And what did the research show? Well, if your GI tract has an imbalance of beneficial bacteria, it can actually trigger a migraine. Well, what could cause an imbalance of beneficial bacteria? Our food, our medications like antibiotics, stress levels, everything starts in our gut, and that could cause an imbalance as well. So what can you do? Well, how about taking charge and keeping a food journal? But let's go beyond that and say lifestyle journal, because there's so many lifestyle factors that can actually trigger migraines. So on a daily basis, if you track what you're eating, what you're drinking, how much are you drinking, and your quality of sleep, how you're managing your stress, because we all have stress, but how are you managing it? Are you holding it in your body? Your caffeine levels, as well as what type of movements are you doing? Because if you're doing strenuous workouts, that can actually trigger a migraine. If you're doing workouts or exercise that goes and flows with your body, that's so much better. And then what environment are you in? Are you in an environment that has toxins or molds that can be triggering this as well? And obviously, you always want to look at your food. So this journal can help identify what's triggering your migraines so you can take charge, as opposed to just taking another medication, because the very medication that you may be taking can actually trigger another migraine, and this goes into a cycle now. So if we look at Excedrin migraine or Excedrin headache, it actually has some caffeine in it. So now if you have been going through a stressful time or something's been triggering your migraines, your body now is used to getting that caffeine, so you're going to go for more of the medication. Obviously, before you do any of this, you want to talk with your medical practitioner. This information is to empower you to think out of the box, the medication box, to think out of the norm that you hear from your medical practitioners, and actually to take charge of your life and see the patterns that can be triggering your migraine. So food is very important. What foods are known to trigger migraines? Gluten, wheat, dairy, aged cheeses, processed foods, nitrates that you get in a lot of deli meats, as well as eggs can trigger it for some people, not for everyone. And this is why we're all unique, and that's why I recommend you keep your journal, as well as tomatoes, bananas, avocados, citrus fruits can trigger it. Red wine, foods that have sulfites can trigger it. Foods that have monosodium glutamate, MSG, can trigger it. This is why it's so important to keep your journal so you can see your pattern as opposed to somebody else's pattern. So food is beneficial to keep track of. Now, lots of people say sweet potatoes and carrots and spinach and yellow squashes help them. Well, maybe it does, because maybe those foods have minerals and vitamins in it that you are deficient in. Again, keeping track of this is going to help you. The second thing is hydration. If you're dehydrated, it triggers migraines. So not only write down what you're drinking. Is it pure water or is it carbonated water? Write down what you're drinking, but also write down how much are you drinking. So say one day you exercise, but you didn't increase your water intake and you got a headache. Was it from the exercise or the fact that we didn't hydrate more? Again, that journal is going to help you determine. And then if you look at yoga and stretching and Pilates, does this help you as opposed to when you do strenuous exercise? Your stress management. We all have stress. It is unavoidable. What do you go to when you're stressed out? Your management of your stress can be causing migraines, or your lack of management if you don't do anything and let the stress build up. The body holds on to it. Biofeedback helps as well. Some people love massages when they have headaches. They say that helps them unwind. Cold compresses on the head can also help. Then you look at your quality of sleep. Are you getting uninterrupted sleep? Is the quality of your sleep really good? When you wake up, do you feel refreshed? Or are you tired again? We want to know, because this is going to help you determine if sleep is one of the triggers, and then you could look at the remedies. So now let's look at some remedies. If you're getting migraines triggered from food, it could be very well that those particular foods are causing inflammation. That's where ginger and turmeric can help migraine sufferers, if that's the reason. Is it that you have a fluctuation in your estrogen, perimenopausal, menopausal, that time of month? Then a hormone balance homeopathic remedy can help if it has to do with your estrogen levels. If it has to do with your sleep, taking certain supplementation for your enhancing your sleep quality can help as well. In addition, if you are low in magnesium, we always see a connection, a link between magnesium deficiencies and migraines. Magnesium citrate is one of my favorite to take on a daily basis. Remember, drink your water. Another thing is, if it has something to do with your mitochondrial, then CoQ10 has been known to help individuals if there's an imbalance there. We do normally see low vitamin B6 in some individuals that have migraines, and we look at that, as well as you can look at some herbal remedies like butterbur has helped many people help with migraines. Again, this journaling is going to show you your own pattern, what's triggering it, and then you can determine what remedy may help as well. Always get medical clearance before you start any one of these. Some people swear by essential oils like lavender for diffusing, not taking internally, and some people, the essential oils just triggers it. So you want to know. Remember, you're here for a reason, and you need to feel your best. And you have to take charge and think out of that box and think out of that diagnosis and say, what can I do? How does my body operate? What is triggering all of this? Am I working at this in the most effective way so I reach total wellness of mind and body? This has to be a daily commitment on your part to get there. I know you can. And remember, if you need some motivation, here's the book, 1 page a day. Can you commit to 1 page a day? Can you commit to your journaling until you figure out what triggers it? And then stay on that remedy, on that natural, healthy lifestyle so you always feel your best. Remember, your health is worth it because you are worth it. Bye now.